All right, my NowSite results are in. If you watched my other video on my NowSite testing, I said I was going to do 250 emails a day for a week to see what kind of responses I would get and see how the system works, and then share those results with you. Well, this is the video, and I'm going to share with you at the end of what happened with my testing. But before I did that, I want to talk about some of the pros and some of the cons of the NowSite system, because I think there's a lot of great things about NowSite, and I need to get better utilizing the system. And then, if I get better results, I will definitely share those with you. And I'll, again, show you the results of my testing of 250 prospects a day for a week after I talk about some of these pros and cons. So let's talk about the first pro is the unlimited prospects. As you see, you get access to a database of 2.2 billion prospects. And that's just huge. So let me go ahead and pull over the NowSite website just to show you here. So, with the $82 a month, and they always have discount codes. So, when I do have success with it and I put an affiliate link below, or if you join somebody else, just know there's usually some sort of discount code to where you can get off, a certain amount of dollars per month for the entire year. But the system's definitely got a lot of capabilities. So the first thing here is the database of 2.2 billion people that you can pull by putting different parameters in there, whether it's age, where they live, their interests, they like network marketing, like residual income, or maybe you're promoting another business outside of LiveGood. You can put in those interests and find people that are going to be targeted for you. Maybe you're in real estate, you're looking for people who are looking to buy homes or whatnot. And then also too, let's touch on, there's some other great things like the unlimited websites. I actually created a website within NowSite. I'm testing that out. And then sales funnels, social media posts, a lot of things I have not gotten into and I'm not an expert in yet, and I'm going to continue to tweak. So I am going to continue to use the NowSite system. However, my first test was the emailing, because I think that's one of the main focuses that people are always like, well, where do I get leads? How can I get in front of the most people in the shortest amount of time? And I think this system is pretty comprehensive with that, with the prospecting, with the 2.2 billion people, and then also the AI capabilities within the system are pretty cool, and it makes it really simple for somebody who's new or even intermediate marketers to get in there, set it up, and then just go to work. So let me go ahead and get this out of the way here. And then one of the cons is there's a lot of bounced emails. So, what happened, I'm going to show you that my Gmail account got disabled. It got it was active again in a very short period of time. I don't know how that happened. I'm going to go ahead and pull over the email that I received from Google. Let's pull this over here. As you see here in this email on July 8th, says your Google account has been disabled. And then you click here to try to restore. And when I tried to restore it, I didn't really know what to do. But then I looked at this notification here. If you go to myaccount.google.notifications, I'm going to pull it over and you'll see that my account was restored. Here, let me go. There you go. See, your account was disabled at 9:01 p.m. and then 6 minutes later it was restored. And so I believe that was NowSite, because I have not done anything else with my email account, and this has never happened to me before, where I've had my Google disabled, my Gmail disabled. So I believe it was all the bounces that were happening from having NowSite connected to my system, because you see here I connected NowSite on 9:43 July 2nd, and then all of a sudden my account was disabled and then restored. I don't know why they decided to restore it, because I was going to hit this button. Where did that other email go? I lost it. Well, you saw the restore button. I hit that restore button, and I didn't know what I needed to do, so I never did an appeal, but they restored it anyway. So that was good. So let me just show you some of the bounces. Pull that over. So now you see the bounces. So a lot of bounces, and that's one thing if you're new to email marketing, like if you've used GetResponse or Aweber or MailChimp or any one of those systems, it's very important that you clean your email list. And so what was happening is there's a lot of emails that just don't work anymore. And that is, I believe, what got my account disabled. And then maybe they decided, oh, he's using NowSite, maybe NowSite's trusted or whatnot, and then they turned it back on. So if you have a lot of bounces or spam complaints or unsubscribes, just the combination of that, you're going to hurt your sender reputation. And then like sites like GetResponse, MailChimp, Aweber, they're gonna pause your account or disable your account until you change what you're doing and tell them that you're gonna do something different. And again, I think that's exactly what happened to my Gmail. So there are a lot of bounces, and I'll get into that a little bit as you see. And again, that's something within the system that I believe is a con, because when you have a lot of bounces, and it goes into the next thing is there's no way to clean the email list. So one of the best ways, and I'll go into the easy to use after that, the pro for this, but I contacted support within NowSite because I let them know that my email got disabled, and I said, is there a way to export all the new prospects I pulled from the system so I can clean the emails through a system like NeverBounce? So what NeverBounce will do if you're new to email marketing is, you basically pull your list in there, and NeverBounce will check for your emails that are bouncing or dead emails or whatnot, clean them up so you can get them off the list, and then, that way you email that new list that's actually getting delivered, which is going to help your sender reputation. So they said no, but the good thing is, which this will become a positive, it says they're working on implementing that into NowSite, where it'll automatically check the emails to make sure they're good emails. So that was one of the negatives. I don't want my Gmail shut down, so I'm going to test the system out. I'm going to still keep NowSite. I'm just going to use a different Gmail account that I don't care about and see what happens, and kind of test it on that regard to see if I have the same thing happen or different results with that. And I'm also going to go into more of the direct messaging. I'll get into that more when I get into my results, where I did a long email, I tested a short email, and then I tested just a short message email, which you don't attach to a list in the NowSite. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, you can go back to my other video where I show where you can take a prospect, put them on a list, and as soon as you put them on the list, it emails them. And there's another way where you can go through the AI, click on that, it'll open up a message box, and you can shoot them a quick message, and that basically is not tracked within the system, so it's a little different with that. So easy to use. It's very easy to use. If you saw my first video on doing 250 prospects a day, I showed you how fast I could pull the prospects in the system, and then how quickly you can add them to a list. So basically in the matter of 2 hours, I was able to pull 250 prospects, and then I attached those 250 prospects in that next hour to email them out. So very easy to use. Easy to set up the lists, everything like that. So I really like the ease of use. And again, there's a lot of positives with NowSite. It's just I'm learning more, and I don't feel comfortable promoting NowSite until I get success with the system. And as soon as I do, you'll see an affiliate link below. And I'd love for you to get it through me. If when I do have success with the system, I'm going to continue to test. So let's go ahead and move on to the next pros and cons. The pro is you can completely replace any other autoresponder you may have. I use GetResponse. I've used Aweber in the past. I've used MailChimp. I've tested other autoresponders, but you don't have to have two autoresponders. So you can completely get rid of your old autoresponder, use NowSite as your autoresponder, and you can also do everything else that the system allows you to do. Build unlimited websites, have all the different AI capabilities and whatnot. So it's an all-in-one system, which is something that I really like about NowSite. So, think about, like right now, I believe I'm spending about $70 a month on my GetResponse. I can get rid of my GetResponse, pull all those contacts into NowSite, create lists in there, and now I can just use NowSite as my autoresponder system, and and use it for the other capabilities and features that it has within there. One of the cons is the deliverability, as we just showed with the bounces, that I'm still uncertain about the deliverability of the NowSite system. How many of those emails actually reach the inbox as opposed to going to the spam folder or the promotion folder. I did test out the emails to my own Gmail and my Yahoo to make sure that they got into the inbox. And when I was using the longer email that I first used, a lot of those were landing in the promotion folder, so I did the shorter one to see if that would help my opens, which I'll show you once I get to my results. And then I also did the message. The only fortunate part of the messaging, With the messaging, I mean, there's a way to do like a direct email message, which doesn't get tracked in the system, and that's a con as well, where I can see how many opens I get with anybody who I attach to a list. You know, and you can do the same thing. You attach somebody to a list. Oh, sorry, something blinked on my computer. I thought something went off. You add somebody to a list, and you can go ahead and see how many people open that email, whereas the message, you can't see anything. So I hope they change that in the future. Let's go on to some more pros and cons. Great customer support. Every time I messaged the NowSite chat, they were very, very quick to respond. I was very happy with that. They were always nice, responsive, and helpful. So I give them kudos for that. 5 stars for customer support. I don't have anything negative to say about the customer support. I was very happy with what I saw. So now let's get into my testing results for week 1. As you see here, prospects email per day, I did 250 a day. Sometimes I did more. I took off on the 4th of July, so the day before I did 500. And for what I understand in the system, Gmail allows you to do 500 emails per day. And I didn't go over that. And I think NowSite will stop you from going over that. I didn't push the system. I just did the 500, and then some days I do 250, maybe I do 250 plus a little more because I would forget where I was at with that. And then out of the 250 a day I sent, it was a total of 1750, maybe a little more, because some days I kind of just got into a groove and I kept going, and I kind of missed where I was at. But tracking the system, you'll see, let me go ahead and bring it over here. I was able to send 1,042 long emails, and that's when I saw some were going to the promotion and spam folder. So then I switched it up and I started sending a shorter version of that first email, and I did 469 of those. And then the rest of the 1750 were those short, quick messages. Let me pull over the NowSite real quick and show you what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and go here. And then let me go into marketing. Let me show you where you can find your analytics. Scroll over here, analytics. And then go into the emails. Sorry, I could have just went here. And as you see here, here's all my lists. Let me go ahead and pull my mug down here a little bit. So here's my long email. You see 1,042 sends, 2 people unsubscribed, 5 people clicked. Not sure what they were clicking on, maybe the unsubscribe button, because I don't do an email with any type of link. It's only a question, are you interested type email. And then you see I have 54 opens with that. And then I did, you see this yellow warning. I disconnected my Gmail after it got disabled. I stopped. I was like, okay, well, I don't want to mess up my Gmail. Unfortunately, it was active again without me having to appeal. So I was like, all right, I'm not using my main Gmail because I don't want to lose that, because I've had that one for a while. Same thing here with the newsletter. I don't use that one. That's different. Where's the other one? The short email. Here we go. The daily prospecting short email. This is when I changed it up. You see 469, 3 people unsubscribed, and 13 opens with 1 click. And again, this is just good, I see, because you know you're hitting real people. So, you know, it's just about catching people at the right time with the right message. So that's where I say that's a pro with the system, that you know the people in their database are real people. It's about finding the good emails, you know, and getting rid of all the bounces and a way to clean that so that you can send out without getting your Gmail shut down. Or if you connect a website to it, they recommend Gmail, and I'm still kind of figuring all that out as well. So, and then again, those messages that you send, and you can watch my other video, because I don't want to pull it up because I don't have to block out people's information in there, where you can pull up the AI, click, pulls up a box, and then you can shoot them a quick email message, which this one was a really short one, like, hey, hey Howie, how are you doing? If I was shooting it to myself, you know, I see that you used to be in network marketing. Are you still in the industry? If so, are you open to taking a look at something? An email kind of like that, to where it was real short. I wanted to see if that would get through into the inbox more so than any other email. So I know we talked a little bit about the bounces. So let's go ahead and let me scroll up a little real quick here. So 375 bounces, maybe a little less, because as you'll see, some of the emails are attempted several times. Like here, you see, you know, Chris 4 times. let me just open up Chris here. You see the system, mail delivery. So they kept trying, 1014, 918. So that's not an accurate number, the 375 or 383. Let's just dumb that down maybe to 300 or something like that with the multiple attempts. So I really want to get that down, the bounces. So I hope they put in a way to clean the emails to where, before you send, you can, system will check to make sure that they're good emails, because it's just going to help everybody want to use NowSite more. And I want to use the system. Again, there's a lot of great things about the system. But again, I'll never promote this system unless I have success first, because I don't want you as a new marketer, if you are a new marketer or intermediate marketer, to get in there and get frustrated and spend some extra money that you don't need to spend. So allow me to spend my money, kick the tires, and see how I can get it to work for me. And then once I get it to work for me, I'll definitely make more videos on what I'm doing to have success with NowSite in order to promote LiveGood. That's the number one thing I'm promoting with LiveGood. And then also too, if you can do it with LiveGood, you can do it with any other program that you might be promoting, or maybe you have some sort of business, a personal training business, real estate, whatnot. You can do the same thing. Once you have success with one niche, you can have success with another using NowSite. So 375 bounces. How many emails were open? 67 total, as I showed you the analytics within the system. You can see the total email opens. So 67, not a lot, but the thing is, there was a lot of bounces, and the good thing is that people are opening up the email. And again, as I continue to tweak, I'm going to get that number to go up, because I'm going to get less bounces, and also I'm going to continue to tweak my message. And I did get the response. If you saw my very first video, you saw I got a response from this woman, Linda, saying, I'm not in the industry anymore, but she did respond. So if you can get one response, you can get two, you can get four, just do that math. It's just a numbers game from there. So, and then how many responses did I get? Let me go ahead and pull. I think now you can see it. I got 0 responses with the system. I was a little disappointed with that. However, I did get a response before, so I know that you can get responses. But again, I'm new to the system. So if you're getting results with the system, I'd love to hear your results. Maybe you're somebody watching this video and you have NowSite and you've gotten results. Then I would love to see what you're doing with the system to get more results, to get less bounces, just so that more people can win using NowSite. And I'll go back to the pros and cons. There's a ton of pros with NowSite. However, I would hate to see you, if you're a new marketer, intermediate marketer, any type of marketer, spend money on something, get in there and just get frustrated and say this thing sucks and it doesn't work, because there's got a lot of positives to it. However, I hate seeing people waste money on something they think it's going to be like this awesome system, push button system where I can get in there and start emailing people. I'm going to start building my business, which it has the capability to do so, but there's some tweaking and some learning to that. And I want to do a lot of the tweaking and learning so that I can be of value to you watching this video, to where, maybe you'll want to join the arms with me in NowSite, or maybe, just to be helpful in general, or, maybe you join me in LiveGood and you're like, I like this guy because he's really, he's leading with value. He's getting in there, he's testing it out. He doesn't want people wasting their money, because that's just who I am. I don't mind spending my money to test things out. I'm not new to marketing. I'm not this guru. I'm somebody in between who understands marketing, and I'm willing to test and tweak and put some work into it to get it to work for me. And then once it works for me, I will share that value with you. So with that being said, let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to share here before I end the video. I did have a bunch of windows open. I wanted to see, so I showed everything, the unlimited prospects, the bounces, way to clean, that's huge. It can replace all your other autoresponders, becoming that all-in-one system. And then great customer support. So that's pretty much it. So if you like the value that I offered here, you're not in LiveGood, you're thinking about joining LiveGood, you're trying to decide which team to join, I invite you to click on the link. Below this video, take the free tour. If you do join our team, know we have a duplicatable team system to plug into, and you can plug your entire team into that system to where they'll have a place to go. We have a private Telegram group, ask questions, to where you don't have to be the main person answering all the questions, especially if you're new to internet marketing or even network marketing. It's just a place where somebody can plug into and their team's going to get help because they're going to get invitation strategies, NowSite help, YouTube marketing, all these different types of resources. So it's a system that is a plug-and-play system to help you grow your LiveGood team. So with that being said, Howie Perks, if you like this video, please like, comment. If you want to see something more with NowSite, maybe I didn't show it. I'll make more videos if you let me know what you're looking for. If you have a question about LiveGood, let me know. I have a lot of videos on my channel where I do a lot of reviews. I don't know if you've seen the video. I swore off network marketing for a while, and then I'm excited to be back into LiveGood. The number one reason is the product, because I love good, clean, organic products, and that's what LiveGood has. And then it's just a low-cost product and business that we have. $9.95 a month for a wholesale membership for great pricing on great products, and then $40 one time to become an affiliate. It's just a low barrier for most people to get started. So if that's you, I'd love to partner with you and help co-create some success with you. I hope you're having a great day, and thanks for watching.